Kahlo, La Yahweh, Bahasam Yahweh, Sabas Makakudash, Barakati Yahweh, Basno, Sabas Makakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Basno, Sabas Makakudash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, the Wadi Yahweh, Basno, Sabas Makakudash. Doble honrado a los apóstoles, a los ancianos de Yasharala, Great Millstone, Shalom a los escogidos. Rusia planea un desastre peor que el Chernobyl en la planta química de Ucrania. Ingenieros del ejército ruso colocaron explosivos en una planta química en Crimea junto a un depósito del lago de ácido tóxico, informaron los medios de comunicación ucranianos. Alexander Prokudin, jefe designado por Ucrania de la administración militar de la región de Kherson, advirtió que la detonación de los explosivos resultaría en un desastre peor que el accidente de la Unión Soviética del 86 en la planta de energía nuclear de Chernobyl, informó The Kiev Post. Rusia Rusia ha sido acusada de atacar la infraestructura ucraniana durante los más de 15 meses de invasión que comenzó en febrero del año pasado. Esta semana Ucrania culpó a Moscú por destruir una represa de la era soviética en Nova Kakhovka, una ciudad en Kherson de Ucrania. Esto resultó en inundaciones masivas y requirió la evacuación de miles de civiles en Ucrania. Y eso es un ejemplo de Apocalipsis 8. Apocalipsis 8, versículo 8. Cuando el segundo ángel tocó su trompeta, cayó sobre el mar algo parecido a una gran montaña en llamas, y la tercera parte del mar se convirtió en sangre, con lo que murió la tercera parte de todo lo que vivía en el mar, y fue destruida la tercera parte de las embarcaciones. Cuando el tercer ángel tocó su trompeta, del cielo cayó una gran estrella, la cual ardía como una antorcha, cuya cayó sobre la tercera parte de los ríos y sobre los manantiales de agua. El nombre de esa estrella es Amargura. Así que la tercera parte de las aguas se volvió amarga y mucha gente murió por causa de esas aguas amargas. Y esa estrella, eso está hablando de un misil nuclear. Y la amargura, eso está hablando de la radiación nuclear en el agua, que va a dañar la tercera parte de las aguas. Y también eso pasó en Chernobyl, que las aguas cercas estaban dañadas con radiación y no se podía beber agua en esa área, por muchas millas cerca de esa área. Y ahora están planeando hacer algo similar otra vez. Y también tú puedes ver un apetizante de amargura cuando se descarriaron esos trenes en Ohio, en varias partes de Estados Unidos, y las aguas en los ríos que están cerca se dañaron. Que eso es amargura. Y esto es un corte rápido, lo voy a dejar ahí. Si están escuchando en español, saludan. Russia planning worse in Chernobyl disaster at Ukraine chemical plant. Russia has been accused of targeting Ukrainian infrastructure throughout the more than 15 months of invasion. Russian army engineers have rigged explosives to an industrial chemical plant in Crimea next to a toxic lake reservoir, Ukrainian news outlets reported. Alexander Prokudin, Ukraine appointed head of the Kherson region military administration, warned that detonating the explosives would result in a disaster worse than the Soviet Union's 1986 accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the Kyiv Post reported. Russia has been accused of targeting Ukrainian infrastructure throughout the more than 15 months of invasion that began in February last year. This week, Ukraine blamed Moscow for destroying a Soviet-era dam at Nova Kakhovka, a city in Ukraine's Kherson. This resulted in massive flooding and necessitated the evacuation of thousands of civilians in Ukraine. Alright, so this is like an example of Wormwood, alright, from Revelation 8. Alright, let's get that. Okay, Revelation 8, verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. And the angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And that's talking about nuclear missiles. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Right, and that's because that wormwood, that's that nuclear radiation, right, from those missiles going into the waters. All right, and that wormwood, that shit happened during Chernobyl, right? The waters that were near the streams and whatever, the little bodies of water, the wells, all that was near Chernobyl, all that water was contaminated, man. Whoever was drinking that water, they were slowly killing themselves without knowing it. All right, in America, all right, aka Babylon, just recently experienced a form of wormwood as well when those train derailments started happening at the beginning of the year. All right, in Ohio, they said that the waters got so bad that fish were dying. We saw a lot of fish dying. So that's the wormwood right there. And that's just a small example. That's like an appetizer in a restaurant version of wormwood. All right. But these waters, they're going to be so damaged, so contaminated with radiation that a third part of men are going to die from drinking that water. Right, but the men of the Lord, they're still gonna drink, they're still gonna eat. You know, Lord willing, I'm included in that number. All right, we're gonna still have good drinking water. We're gonna still have food that hasn't. I mean, all this food, you know, we eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles, but you know, we're gonna have something to eat, while everybody else is gonna be asked out. So these Russians, man, they're about to have their own little wormwood over there in Ukraine. So this is just a quick hit. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh. Call halal, la Yahweh, Bahasam Yahweh, Basham Kakodash, Baragati Yahweh, Baragati Yahweh, Baragati Yahweh, Baragati Yahweh, Baragati Yahweh, Baragati Yahweh, the water, Yahweh Basham outside, Basham Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Baba Ball, Abad Kal Gawayam, Abad Kal Adawamiam, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.